Hey, Steve Magnante here at High-Octane Classics in Auburn, Massachusetts, with a 1963 Ford F100 fleet-side pickup truck. Now, it's not a stalker by any stretch. You would call this a member of the Suede Brigade. It's kind of a neat, rockabilly themes, custom pickup truck. A lot of custom touches beyond the suede black paint, which is very stylish, very cool. I like the effect. Red interior, painted. We'll get to that in a second. And of course, the suede effect and the smoothing effect's been done with the drip rails, gone. Windshield wipers gone, so it's a fair weather only kind of a vehicle. But again, just a nice presentation of a 1963 Ford F100 half-ton, short body, short wheelbase pickup. But again, let's look under the hood and see what we find. It could be a couple of different options. You know, when you see something like this, there's got to be a small block Chevy in there, right? Not so fast. And before we open the satin black hood, let's have a moment to admire Ford's logoing here and the F-Series pickups as well as the big trucks. The theme of gear and lightning, in other words, mechanical and electrical engineer work together in the Ford engineering labs to create the most modern trucks possible. And I love the iconography, as they call it right here, the design elements, kind of cool. Anyway, under that hood is going to be a 6-cylinder or a V8. Let's dig in and find out. Oh, okay, sweet surprise. This is a Ford V8, not a Chevy small block, so whoever built this has a good sense of authenticity and, orthodoxy, if you will. This is the Y block, which came out in 1954, Ford's first pushrod overhead valve V8, replacing the flathead 1953 through 1932. An interesting design, the Y blocks have this really strange connector between the exhaust manifolds, goes over the water pump right here. That's factory right there. Big trucks, passenger cars all have that. Thunderbirds did not, but with that said, passenger cars and trucks have this weird feature right here, and that's factory stuff. Something I also see is a cast iron 4-barrel manifold. That's a cast iron piece, probably from Mercury, but again, it has an Edelbrock 4-barrel. I believe it's 600 CFM. You can see right there, it's a 1405 Edelbrock 4-barrel with an adapter to mate it to the otherwise small bore Ford 4-barrel manifold. Factory valve covers, FORD, stamped in, very nice. Cast iron, everything on this, including the manifold, the intake. That's silver paint, but that's okay. And again, a great little engine, kind of a workhorse. These were built between 1953, again, and 1962, I think, 64. They finally got phased out. They made these as big as 312 cubes in Thunderbirds, dual quads, superchargers. But again, this is a member of the Y block family that served Ford very well and brought Ford into the pushrod era in 1950s and 60s. So other interesting things we see on this is radical modifications. The inner fenders are gone. And the front suspension, which would have been a twin I-beam arrangement or a beam axle, has been replaced by control arms fabricated and airbags front and rear. And of course, a rack and pinion steering underneath the frame right there. And the frame has been modified. It's been notched to clear the rack pinion, the rack and pinion unit, I guess. So when it's fully lowered, it actually can be seen to be very close to the ground. We'll get to that in a second. Now, inside this truck, I do like the use of color. And again, the satin finish, the suede, if you will, wide whites on reverse steel wheels right here with chromed spiders in the middle, kind of a very cool 50s, 60s custom with a K touch. And we talked about that red interior. You can see all the paint work inside. A nice contrast with the black exterior. Red vinyl bench, and of course all these inner surfaces are painted red to sort of give a nice striking contrast between the exterior color and the interior. And that transmission is a manual. It's a 5-speed. It's a T5 overdrive transmission. There's an adapter that goes between that T5 transmission and the Y-block V8. You can buy those from a variety of different aftermarket suppliers. And again, very stock inside. Like again, the red interior, very much standard, which is what they would have looked like back in the day. And something also kind of cool on this, we can see in the back, the bed, this is a smooth side, not a fender side or a step side, but it's good. That's what you want. It's more streamlined. And you see these big wheelhouses right here. Why are they so big? That's because when this truck sits down on the air suspension, you need that room to get the tires inside. And one thing too, form and function go hand in hand, and not always, but function has lost out to form. The tailgate has been molded shut, and that's okay. Again, you don't really want to put much of a load in here because you're not going to put much in here because it won't fit. But again, it's a fun machine for sure. Let's turn that key, activate the electrical system, and grab that remote unit to set this truck down on its haunches. And we'll see what it means to be a low rider, and seriously a low rider. So let's hit this up. Okay, it's activated and going down. And how about the front? Let's go to the front one. And there it is. So now we can see why the frame has been sectioned, as has the steering rack, to clear the moving parts when it's all the way down. It truly is on the ground. But again, very stylish, very low and mean. To learn more about this 1963 Ford F100 style side pickup, go to the High-Octane Classics website and check out the photo gallery.